In the centennial birth year of Blanche and Raymond, I've asked people to write stories. This one from Jeannine Rhoda Perez. My memories of your mom and dad had been so well stated by Jim, I'm not sure I can add more. He does have sharp memory, and mine fuzzes and fudges. I remember going to Miller Park for swimming and picnics, and always how Dad and your dad seemed to enjoy each other with lots of back and forth kidding. Your dad was a quiet and very hard-working man, or at least I remember him so, except on these outings. Aunt Blanche had the unique ability to find good in everything and everyone. I think that's already been said often, but I remember it as a kind of magic. I always thought that whatever I did, or said, or thought was of utmost importance in those times when I talked to her, as a little girl, as a teenager, as a mother, and they fairly glowed with her positive thoughts and self-confidence. I think of her kitchen now with the knowledge that it must have meant so much hard work to prepare meals, can, and make jellies and jams. But as a girl, I envied you and Ray that kitchen with its pump, the big bell outside, and the twisty stairs leading up to Ray's cluttered closet full of toys and old comics. Aunt Blanche could touch everything with her magic and touch you with the same magic. I always felt like I was her favorite, and I know everyone else did too. She had a childlike delight in things that most people overlook. The other thing I remember was how much younger and more carefree Mom became when the two got together, much like Dad and Uncle Raymond. When Aunt Blanche died in the fire, Dad sadly told me that Mom lost her best friend and confidant. He was worried about Mom, and she never did talk about it much after that, but I know that the huge void was there and was never filled. My last unique memory was of a book that both Mom and Blanche shared and thought too risque to talk about to children. At that age, I tended to hide under the oilcloth covering of our heavy oak kitchen table and avidly listen to whatever adults talk about with much relish. I heard them giggle together over that book. Aunt Blanche loaned it to Mom, and of course I sneaked it under the covers and read it several times, chicken every Sunday. It was my first adult book, and I don't remember anything shocking in it, but I'd like to find it again now. There were some puzzling questions I had then, and I remember asking my cousin Phyllis, who usually explained other of life's mysteries to me. Can't remember the questions, but Phyllis couldn't answer them either. It was a funny book with cartoonish line drawings, if my memory is correct. My last comment is simply that I wish I could have sat in on some of Aunt Blanche's classes when she was a teacher. Education could have been better if there had been years more of her talents with children and adults.